Alright, everyone. It's time for the last patch notes of set 4.5. These are the last patch notes that we're going to have before the actual release of set 5. Set 5 is actually on the PBE right now if you want to go on and play it, but if you're more interested in staying with the Chosen mechanic and playing set 4.5, these patch notes are for you. That is to say, they're really not for me, but we'll get to that. Alright, just some changes. So the big change is in the Lucky Lanterns. So the way the Lucky Lanterns currently work is that there's a 25% chance that your game will have it at, I believe, 2-1? 25% at 3-1 and 25... No, it's after the PvE, so it's like 2-4. 2-4, 3-4, 4-4. And then 25% chance in your game that the Lucky Lantern doesn't occur. Well, now it's been changed so that 25% chance of do not occur is now 25% chance of occurs in all 3 rounds. So, yay. Just meant to be a little more fun. Worlds is done. They have a little more free... Riot has a little more free reign to do whatever the hell they want with this set right now. And put whatever they want. And last time they had the Big Bang Galaxy, which was like complete insanity. I think I played 1 or 2 games on that one. Adding in, Lucky Lanterns will now have more gold. They significantly increase the drop rate on rare items. I think it's like 3 times the rate on Nico's spats and forces. So it's pretty significant. And like I said, the 25% chance you get a lantern at all 3 stages. Trait changes. Fortune. Because we can pop up the insanity, Fortune got a nice little boot up. So the drop rate on Fortune... They added a new drop possibility of Fortune 3 at 12 loss, which I'm not even sure how you're alive at 12 loss streak Fortune, but... whatever. New possibility at 6 Fortune drop. And the boot in 6 Fortune goes from 1% to 4%. If you don't know what these are like the super, super, super high rolls that you see. Like, this is when you get your 3-star 5 cost is at these. Because, well, maybe not the boot. The boot is the boot. Yeah, if you haven't seen the boot, you're missing out. Other changes, the Spirit attack, speed bonus is going down. Spirit's always kind of been in a weird spot where a lot of people are just kind of playing Spirit, not so much for the synergies, but for the attack speed bonus. Notably Spirit Sharps, there was Spirit Zed, what other Spirit is? There's Spirit Assassin. A lot of times you can play those and they pretty much almost always get you a top 4. Well, not so much Spirit Sharps anymore, but Spirit Assassins, it's not too hard to get in the top 4 with Spirit Assassins right now. So they got a tiny little nerf there. I think it's also fair to say we're probably not going to see a trait like Spirit ever again, because it clearly proved to be problematic trait in set 4.5. And I think maybe next week I'll do like a post-op on all of set 4 and kind of give my, set 4.5 and give my overarching thoughts onto what happened, but I digress. Moving on. Champion changes. So they nerfed Darius 3 because they blew him up the last patch. Nico. So Nico, my understanding is Nico is in a good place at high elo, but at like middling elos, it's a little too overbearing, kind of hard to beat. I'm kind of surprised at that because I would have thought lower elos played more comps that were more likely to beat this. Most notably like Assassins, but I think I actually pretty much had that reverse, and it's really only top elos that are playing comps like that to combat Nico, and middle and low elos are just playing off whatever the chart says that they should be playing off. Tier 4 changes, Soul, A-Soul, damage nerf. He was pretty good in Worlds. There were a lot of good A-Soul games in Worlds, which I think surprised a lot of the players who were playing in Worlds, because I think they had all come to a conclusion that A-Soul wasn't that great, and that there was a great variety of comps that you could play that would probably beat it out. But multiple times there were games where no one took ASOL, and it ended up just falling to one player who got ASOL 3. I think one player had ASOL 3 2 games in a row, which you're not going to... That's a good win con. Other change, they buffed Kale. If you watched Worlds, Kale, like, no one played Kale. There was, like, I think there was one game where a player won with Kale, and Kale was heavily avoided. A lot of people did not want to play Kale, which is really surprising because Kale is one of the, I think, easier compositions to pilot. That said, it is a very hard transition to make. It's very hard to play Kale from a losing position. If you're just like trying the top 4, transitioning to Kale usually does not work out well for you, because you need to get a lot of the 4-cost frontliners to really turn Kale on. Tier 5. So, we're blowing up all these things. So, Azir, yeah, they buffed Emperor Survive. 25 damage, 1,000, 10,000 damage buff. Yeah, sure. Lee Sin, everyone got pissed off Lee Sin was overpowered. He could one-shot anything he wanted, so they nerfed him. They took 1 health away from him. Orin, interesting. They buffed Orin. It took them a while to buff Orin. Orin kind of fell in a weird place most of this set, where if you got him early, you ran him to get the free item, and then you sold him because there were better 4 costs that you could play defensively. So it was rare to just like keep Orin around. And plus, getting him to 3-star was pretty worthless because all of his items were unique. You couldn't like stack his items on other units, so you often just filled your board with his units, and then you just like kept getting these items you couldn't use, and it was really awkward. Anyway, Samira. Turns out Samira 3 isn't actually all that good, so they buffed her. Actually, they buffed Samira across... They nerfed her at 1 and 2-star, but buffed her at 3-star, because we get these 3-star 5 calls, they should just win games. Set, buff Set 3-star. Set, buff Set 3-star. Actually, this is actually a really big change. Like, you could survive this. You're not going to survive this. It was possible to beat Set 3-star. It is not possible to beat Set 3-star now. I have seen, the only 3-star I've actually been in a game and seen, like, legitimately beaten a 3-star 5 cost was Lee Sin. I watched the Lee Sin player get 5th, and that was disheartening. That was... Don't play Fortune. Fortune, good way to get you killed. It's good for memes, though. Swain, they nerfed Swain 2. Yeah, Swain 2 is very strong. He's very, very strong. So they brought him down a little bit. Yeah, he's very hard to kill, especially when he's stacking items, and particularly if he has a mage cap. Mage cap Swain is... Ugh. Meanwhile, Zillion's getting a buff across the board. Fair enough. Yeah, this revive delay was always kind of awkward. You already had the aggro drop off the revive, so like it never really made a lot of sense to have this long of a delay in the revive. Lastly, Locket. Locket's getting a nerf. Locket has like in the past few patches of TFT been used to basically create your own front line. So instead of actually playing champions that would give you a front line, you would just put it on your back line and use the time it took your enemies to walk up to you and knock the Locket armor, Locket shield off as if there was a front line. And it proved to be very effective. There is a lot of Locket stacking this set. I'm not quite sure that's the direction Riot wanted to go with Locket. I don't really think Locket should be a replacement of Frontline. So, yeah, Locket got a nerf at 3-star. So, that's it. This is the last patch before we move on to... Well, actually, no, it's not. Is it? I'm trying to remember. I think this is the last patch we get until the Set 5 release, which I believe is 2 weeks away. So... hope everyone who's still playing Set 4.5 enjoys it. In the meantime, I'm going to move on to playing Set 5 PvE and have no idea what I'm doing. So, have fun, everybody. Peace out.